Hello YouTubers, it's Wild Bill and
Mild Bill.
Mild Bill, and Dad is going to show me one more time how to make buttermilk biscuits. So Dad, you have some flour there. It's just self-rising flour. So turn the label around for the people to see. Yeah. Washington enriched self-rising flour.
Yeah.
Enriched.
And I'm going to put 2.5 cups.
2.5 cups go in. So those are 5 half cups. Yeah. That's excellent.
Okay.
Then what, Dad?
Now, let's see. We have some brown sugar, you said.
Yes. We found the light brown sugar, and Dad's going to open the package. There's some scissors in the knife block.
We have, the same brand. We have a very similar thing.
Ah. So, Dad, how much brown sugar do you need for this exercise?
1 handful.
1 handful? And what does that work out to be, you think, in metric?
Maybe
0.6.
Maybe a quarter cup.
0.6 cups. So you mix the brown sugar in to 1 handful of brown sugar, 2.5 cups of flour. Meanwhile, Dad has found for me this tie tack from the my grandfather's association of garage owners, and so I'm very delighted to have that. Thank you, Dad. Right now, you've got a spatula. Oh, and you're using the 1/4 cup measuring cup, I think,
yep,
to fill it with shortening, aka Crisco, aka lard, any of which will do the job.
My mother, of course, always used lard.
Where did she get the lard, Dad?
From the store, usually. Oh. And I suppose when she was a child, it came from the pigs that they slaughtered on the farm. I'm not going to give it quite a full cup, a full 1/4 cup here, just something like 2/3.
Just enough. 2/3 of a 1/4 cup.
Yeah.
What is that in metric? Let's round up and make it a cup. Round up, make it a cup. Next step is to, of course, clean the spatula with flour, and then knead the shortening into the dough until it's all
You might say cut it in.
Cut it in, that's what I meant to say, yes.
Now, you don't want to waste the stuff that's stuck here, so...
Oh, yes, clean that out with the flour. Uh-huh.
You got to be frugal with this sort of stuff.
That's right. This is the Depression. You know, you've got to be frugal. I don't want to tell you I went to Whole Foods and what I paid for the buttermilk, but that's another subject.
Well, I want to tell you that my mother made the biscuits, mixed them in the neck of a flour sack.
Mm-hmm. So you wouldn't have a bowl to wash.
Yeah.
Just using the right amount of this and the right amount of that. You continue to mix this until the whole mixture looks like breadcrumbs. And what if it never gets there?
Pardon?
What if it doesn't get to breadcrumbs?
Well, it will if you keep at it. You can see how that's looking now a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Well, keep going. And now taking the flour and shortening off your hands by scraping it into the bowl. Dad, did you wash your hands before we started?
Of course I did.
Okay, good. Just checking. And this is the art of shaking the buttermilk so it's all mixed well.
Cultured whole buttermilk. This ought to be the right thing.
All right, how much buttermilk do you use?
I'm going to start with a cup, and if it needs a little more, I'll add it.
All right.
Okay.
You mix that with a fork.
That's the way I do it.
Mm-hmm. So I remember a story a while back where there were 2 family members. One of them was Laura, and I asked, well, whose buttermilk biscuits are better, yours or I don't know, it was Mima or somebody else, or Ruth or somebody, and you know, that was quite a discussion that we had about whose buttermilk biscuits are better.
Yeah.
Who do you think are the best?
You see how this is pulling away from the both sides of the bowl?
Oh yeah, I see how it's pulling away from the bowl.
Yeah. Now, where am I going to roll it out? Right here on this counter?
I don't know. What do you need that you don't have?
Well, I'm going to sprinkle flour on it.
Oh, on the counter?
And then turn this...
Turn that out and roll it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mix it a little bit and either... Oh, and by the way, have you a rolling pin?
I don't know. Let's go look. So here we're rolling the dough out onto a countertop which has been sprinkled with sugar.
No.
I mean, flour. Flour. I knew that. With well-floured hands. Yes, yes. Start folding the dough in on itself. Now, is it possible to over-knead the dough?
Yes, it is. And the less you do it, the better.
Uh-huh. So do you have to let the dough rest and rise?
Nope,
No.
nothing of that sort. I like to put a little flour on the
On the rolling pin. Okay. Well, good. So what's the difference between a square biscuit and a scone, or a square biscuit and a square scone?
well, a scone would be made with eggs and lots of sugar, and you would mix in something like raisins.
Okay. And this, no, not at all.
No,
Now, Scout, if you cut yourself with that, I'm going to take away your totem chip. Dad was a Boy Scout. Now, you could make this almost anywhere pretty easily, it seems to me.
okay,
That's
now,
it. We will lightly grease the cookie sheet. You see how that's going? Yeah.
probably don't need to grease the whole thing for only these few
Well,
biscuits. but
no sense
I'll-
taking a chance, I say.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. So now you place these biscuits close together or apart?
Well,
I mean, do they touch
together.
or not touch?
yeah,
What, Dad, which is it? Do they touch or not touch?
not touching.
Not touching. All right. Mm-hmm. Round it up nicely.
I'll round that one up too.
Dad, the oven, let's check the oven temperature. It says 400 degrees.
Okay.
How much time do we want to put on the timer?
We'll look at them in like 16 minutes.
Okay, so we have 16 minutes on the clock, and it's open and in. All right. Well, how do you think that went so far?
So far, so good.
I'm saying I'm going to wait till they come out of the oven. Then I'll tell you if they're so good or not. I'm a get what you inspect, not what you expect kind of guy. Stick around, there's biscuits. Tell me, what's this? This is a stage of making the biscuits?
Of course, you have
What
to clean
stage?
up after yourself.
The stage is called cleaning up. I'm unfamiliar with this term. Susan will appreciate that very much, I'm sure. So after brushing the top with a little butter and boiling them in low for 1 minute, we now have brown-topped biscuits.
Yep.
Excellent. How long do we let them sit before we eat them?
Well, all the time it takes you to get to the table.
These are not terms he's familiar with. That's all I'm saying. You know, no movie about cooking is really complete without the results of the eating. Mom, do you have a biscuit? There it is.
Yes.
Very. Dad, do you have a biscuit?
Oh, some of it's left.
Some of it's left, and I have, I have two in case one of them isn't very good. So, thanks for watching, YouTubers. I'll let you know. Well, in just a minute. Let me taste it and tell you if it's good or not.
It'll rise more than this.
The ones you, okay, well, so these did not rise as much as some biscuits do, and that looks pretty good to me, and let's tell you.
And maybe the temperature that we chose.
Tastes very good. Temperature is another possibility. Maybe we'll have to calibrate the oven. All right. Thanks for watching, YouTubers.